Welcome back, everybody, to the Decision Time podcast, where we talk about the UFC, MMA news, and maybe do some interviews. I am, of course, one of your hosts, Jacob Cullen. To my gracious right here, this way, right? Am I doing it? Yes. To my gracious right here, we have one of my co-hosts, Ben Rosell, the lovely Ginger. Say hi,
Hello.
Ben.
Hello.
And of course, to my bottom right, we have the lovely Samir. Welcome back to the podcast.
What's
guys.
up, guys?
How are we
Banger
feeling about that
weekend.
event? Hey.
It was pretty good. I'm gonna rate it like a 7. I give it a 7. I wasn't.
Why
too
only a
disappointed.
7, Jacob Cullen?
I mean, the main card all went to decisions. They were banger decisions, but they all went to decisions, so there wasn't a lot of finishes. I think a card has to have some finishes, especially the main card has to have some finishes. I'm not being one of those people who hate decisions. I liked the decisions fight were close, but I felt like there also could have been maybe another championship belt on this card. I don't think the headliner was enough, but
The BMF
that's just my
title?
opinion.
What?
That fake ass belt, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Mind you, the champion's
So I'll give it a
actually
7.
Jack Della Maddalena, but whatever.
Lineal champion, and Ilya beat Max, but
Knocked him
whatever.
out. Deadly.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways,
So UFC 318 happened this weekend in lovely New Orleans, Louisiana. We had some great early prelims, some great prelims. Jimmy Crute finally got a win. Shout out Jimmy Crute. Didn't get a. It's the card started off great, honestly. The prelims were a banger. Like there was like three straight finishes. 1, 2, 4. 4.
All
5
fights. All 5 were all
every
finishes.
Yeah, so can't really be mad at that.
But there wasn't enough finishes.
I'm not saying that, bro. You're putting words in my mouth. I don't appreciate it. Superman Span looked back in his prime.
We up. And Lucas Bareski is definitely getting cut. He's on a 3-fight losing streak at heavyweight. They gotta cut him, right? There's no other heavyweights that have more than a 3-fight losing streak, right, guys?
Let's move on.
Yeah. No shoey people.
Moving on to the prelims. Atiba Gauthier looks like a real problem at middleweight. Getting kind of an easy, I'll say easy knockout against Robert Valentin. So now he's 2-0 in the UFC, getting his first win, obviously, against Daniel Medina. This guy he kind of looks dangerous. I can't lie. Looks like a real problem.
I wouldn't want to run into him in an alleyway.
No. Again, I mean, we haven't really seen much of his groundwork. And middleweight does have some great wrestlers, so we'll see how he progresses. But definitely could get a maybe just outside the rankings or like top 20 fight coming up after 2 straight knockouts. Pretty exciting. Any thoughts, guys? Any prelims?
Monster. He was a monster.
Freak of nature, as one may say.
Honestly, all the fights were kind of bangers, but I'll let Samir take it away because I have nothing crazy to say.
I mean, Allen versus Vettori was absolutely crazy. And for me, I heard your rating of 7. I'm not really sure. That's kind of low because before heading into this card, a lot of people, including me, were talking shit about it and saying how boring it was. And just based off of my thoughts going into the card and the thoughts coming out of it, I'd have to give it a solid 8.5, 9. Because my entertainment going into it was not what I expected prior. I thought it was pretty shit card. But all the fights that happened, I mean, a lot of fights that I thought were just an easy decision, a lock. I would say we're going to talk about our locks later. Were not locks, and there was actually a lot of upsets, which even if it didn't come out in the most exciting way. Just the fact that there was so many upsets kind of made the card for me. And just that fight, like Allen versus Vittori, I mean, what a fight. And I mean, I got to give it to Brendan Allen. I did not know. Um, I mean, I did not know he had that dog in him, to be honest.
Yeah. I honestly, it was just more so like who's gonna be better because both of them are on two fight skids. Who's gonna actually lock in? And Marvin Vettori kind of showed that he's a bit past his best days, when he was fighting Izzy and all those guys. And Brandon Allen is still younger in his career, so he was able to just like lock in there, get it done. And personally, I had the card. If I'm giving a rating of the card, I'm giving it similar to what Samir said. You made a great point of expectations. I had little to no expectations, honestly. I mean, Michael Johnson was on the main card, so uh, I think given that, I'm gonna give it an 8.6 out of 10. Uh, Very good card. And I will say this, kind of contrasting what Jacob said. I personally think if a lot of fights go to decision, I like that, especially if they're fights that are like, not just fence hugging or like laying on top of people. If it's just stand and bang for 3 to 5 rounds, I'm fine with that. And all these fights, well, most of these fights were just crazy. A lot of just swinging, especially the main event, which we'll get to later. But oh, a lot of decisions, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Fair enough, guys. Fair enough. Vinicius Oliveira also, I was quite impressed with his performance. He looked really good on the feet. Looked like a real. I mean, we kind of known he's kind of been a problem in like the striking realm at bantamweight. He looked really good against Kyler Phillips. I was like, I know I picked him. Like, I think you guys both picked Kyler Phillips. What the hell is that about, guys? Anyways, I was expecting a good performance from Vinicius Oliveira. I thought he would get the win, obviously. I just wasn't expecting that much of a masterclass, I guess. Like he looked really good in every aspect, and just kind of did a really good job against Kyler Phillips. To be honest, I was quite impressed.
I want to add a little something here. Uh, you said what the hell was that, guys? I did this just shortly before we started filming. There was 14 fights on this whole card. In our whole predictions, you got 6 correct. I got 6 correct, and this one right here, he got 7 correct. He won. He won today. 50%. That just shows you how MMA math and like that's how unpredictable it is that the best person on this podcast got 50% correct.
Shout out
But
Samir. Good job.
anyways, yep.
Good job.
I mean,
Good job.
to defend my take, I did not know that he would be fighting this sluggishly. I mean, if you looked at the fight going into it, he did not fight at all like what was expected. I mean, Oliveira was putting all the pressure, which I was not expecting at all. I thought Kyler Phillips was going to be the one, like as soon as the bell rung, just going straight at him. But he was kind of on the receiving end. He was on the back foot most of the fight, and it's only a 3 round fight. I mean, if you kind of lose the first round and the second one you don't really pressure, then you can only win by a knockout. And Cutler Phillips is not that guy to get a
He's not
knockout in
getting
the
a
first.
knockout.
So he didn't have that bad of a performance, but it's just how the fight game goes. I mean, the first round was gone because Oliveira, I mean, he pressured like crazy, and then in the second, it was just an uphill battle from there. Like I'm defending my pick.
It's totally fair. I mean, I think that was most of the card, to be honest. Like the guy we all kind of, I'm not saying like we all picked the same, but like I felt like most of the fights that people thought would go a certain way, the other guy just pressured constantly and left us with some interesting final decisions and some like
Yeah.
crazy endings to
Oh
some
yeah.
fighters and fights that we kind of, not to say we talk shit, but we talked some shit last
I did.
episode about some of these guys. Yeah, and we were a bit wrong. But moving on, obviously now we have the main card. So how do you guys want to do this? Do you want to make our matchup predictions for each while we talk about each fight, kind of thing?
I think let's
Is that
talk
what we
about
did
them,
last
and then
time?
afterwards we'll,
Okay.
because we can just.
Cool. So Michael Johnson, I will let versus Daniel Zellhuber. I will let Ben go ahead here because this was
Yeah.
his lock of the card.
Yeah.
I picked Michael Johnson, but I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you picked him too, didn't you, Samir?
Yeah,
I did.
All right. So,
totally fair though.
hey man, I'll put my hands up. I'll put my hands up. I thought the younger, taller, longer, who you'd think better striker. You'd think, I thought, oh, maybe probably that guy would win against the guy who's 39 and, clearly in my eyes, past his prime. Nope. No. Michael Johnson said, "Hey, oh wait, oh Dustin's on this card. Oh, I beat him like 10 years ago. Let me run it back real quick. Let me run it back real quick." So he had to get the lick back and beat another young, striker. And you know what? Exactly. Give him a little thumbs up. So, congratulations, Michael Johnson. I didn't know you were still sick like that. My fault, bro. My fault.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Michael Johnson. I didn't expect the fight to go the way it went. Michael Johnson just looked good in every single round. Daniel Zellhuber looked a little confused. I don't know. It felt like throughout the fight he couldn't really find his range. Like he couldn't get in the pocket, and when he did, Michael Johnson just instantly replied with, "I'm gonna hit you a bunch of times and throw some good hooks and slip." Like Michael Johnson's speed, I think, really showed in this fight, and his ability to slip out in and out of exchanges and land the better counter exchange. I think this was one of those cases for me where it's like the veteran fraud checked the up and coming guy. He just kind of outclassed them in a lot of places, and Zellhuber just kind of looked like he wanted to be constantly on attack, where Michael Johnson was using that kind of aggressiveness against him. I was really impressed. I mean, Michael Johnson's 39, and he just put on a great performance against up and coming guy. Like Ben said, he did it again.
He did.
Against a
Also,
really young up and coming striker.
I will
Go
add,
ahead.
I just checked just because I wasn't sure. Samir, you also have some explaining to do because you also picked Daniel Zellhuber in our official picks.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I thought that
You were
you'd
very,
go
you were
into
very. It was like
this.
a toss up for you, though.
It was, but I just thought going into it that like I said earlier, and we're gonna talk about most of the fights in here. A lot of fighters went into it just not fighting like they usually do. They like Daniel Zellhuber looked like he had the jitters, which makes no sense because this is not the biggest fight of his career. I mean, I've seen him perform way better in other cards, but we're giving Michael Johnson all the praise and praise to him, sure, but to get outstruck by Michael Johnson, I mean, I didn't expect that, so I will take the L on that.
And Daniel Zellhuber, by the way, now on a 2-fight losing skid after losing to Ribovic.
Okay, but like he lost to Revenge in like a fight of the year contender, so it's not like.
True, true, but he did lose to Ribovic.
But he did lose. But he did lose.
um, yeah. So I mean, next for Daniel Zellhuber, we will talk about, but
Yep.
the fact that he lost is just kind of, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I thought he
Yeah.
had it when, I mean, I picked against them because I wanted to see some classic Michael Johnson, but I didn't expect that. That's for sure.
Vintage.
Dan Ige, Patricio Pitbull. We'll let Samir explain his lock here and what happened.
I mean, I I really didn't expect this performance from Pitbull. I mean, from starting from the first round, I mean, his use of takedowns I found was really good. I didn't think that he'd have that over Dan Ige because I thought that Dan Ige, like I said with that, like Zellhuber and most of the picks that I got that were wrong, I thought that he'd be on the front foot, but he was kind of just trying to find the space, like doing a bunch of calf kicks, like not really attacking. He was trying to find combinations that weren't really working in the exchanges. And Pitbull, I mean, he just saw that and took his chance. He started really pushing, applying the pressure. I think he scored a takedown in the second round, and after he knocked him down, and I mean that's just where he had the fight for me. And Danny Gay, who showed a lot of heart in his last couple of fights. I mean, in his performance against Lopez and um, his last one, I'm forgetting the name of the guy off the top of my head, but he had a really good performance as well, and it was just not
Oh,
like that
Sean
at
Woodson.
all this
He
time.
lost to
Yeah,
Sean
Sean
Woodson.
Wood. He had a good performance though. But in this fight, he was like a shadow of himself and kind of the Dan Ige that we've seen outside of that Diego Lopez fight. Because I feel like after the Diego Lopez fight, a lot of the narrative around him changed. Um, but he hasn't been backed up by his fighting skills, and I kind of got swayed by the narrative. I can't lie. Like I got brought back to reality with this one.
And you know what? I wouldn't even say it was like a horrible performance from Iga. Like he definitely like he's had better days, of course, but I wouldn't even say it's like his worst performance. I mean, his last fight, once again, like you said, knocked out Sean Woodson, and he's always been like a solid fighter. And even the Diego Lopez loss, I wouldn't even say it was like it wasn't that bad considering he took that fight on like a less than 10 hours notice. So like he did lose to once again the top or a top three contender. I don't remember exactly where Diego Lopez is, but he lost to that guy on hours notice and then knocks out another like really lengthy striker. So I thought he could be, he's has previously been like a solid fighter, but Pitbull, he fought like his nickname. He fought like a dog. He was just running into him, taking him down, dogging him, literally. And I will ask, do you have anything to do you what are your thoughts on your comments about Bellator fighters and whatnot? Does your thoughts remain the same or
Yeah, and that's why I'm so disappointed because I think even the third round was Ige's by far. I mean, when he actually started being like, you know what, fuck it, like plan's not working out. I'm down 2 rounds. Let me just start fighting like I want to. And he absolutely dominated. I mean, Pitbull was trying to stay in the fight in the last round. He kind of just tried to maintain control of the cage, like avoiding as much danger as he can, because basically he had 2 rounds, so it didn't really matter what happened in the round. But it was just so frustrating to me because, like, I hate seeing fighters actually implement their real plans in like the latter rounds when they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, I lost the fight." Because if he had fought like the way he was fighting in the third round, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So Danny Gay, I'm not really liking you right now because I'm getting fraud checked. And my comment on Bellator fighters will stay the
100%.
same. Yeah,
so
I'm not changing.
you still think that was a bit fraudulent from Pitbull, perchance?
No, no. Like that being said, like I have to admit when I'm wrong a little bit, and it's not every fighter. I'll say most because he had a
Fair.
really good performance. He looked like a seasoned veteran.
And to be fair, like even while I would say he's a bit washed at this point in his career, he is like a former two division Bellator champ. So it's like, he like he beat Dan Ige, who's good, but I don't think Pitbull's gonna go much higher. But what are your thoughts, Jacob?
I'm so done with Dan Ige, bro. I'm so tired of it. Like like I feel like since the Diego Lopez fight, like we've been kind of just like coddling him, like oh he did this, it was so cool, bro. He's lost to Lerone Murphy, Sean Woodson, and now Patricio Pitbull. He's on a three fight losing streak.
Dan Ige beat Sean Woodson by knockout.
Sorry, my fault. I was looking at the thing wrong. He beat Sean Woodson. My bad, my bad. But I'm so I don't know. I'm tired of the Dan Ige. I feel like he's a bit overhyped. I did pick him. I thought he was gonna win this fight, but watching that fight, he looked bad. He couldn't find the range. He was too like. Honestly, I think he would do better at bantamweight if he could make that weight cut, because he's so small that he couldn't like. Patricio Pitbull's not a big like. He's not a super tall featherweight,
He's
and
small.
even Ige was smaller than him. He couldn't find the range. He couldn't get in exchanges. And like you said, Samir, in the third round, I would say, yeah, if Ige probably won that round because he got the better of the exchanges. But Patricio Pitbull was gassed by that point. Like, he was taking him down constantly, kind of just dogging him in the ground and on the feet, got the better of the exchanges. Dan Ige's takedown defense in this fight was non-existent. Like, I mean, he
Yeah.
did not, like, Patricio Pitbull went 5 for 9, but like Ige just I don't know. I was kind of frustrated this whole fight because it was just like I was kind of on Samir's boat with like I'm kind of tired of the Bellator fighters coming in and getting to fight ranked guys. But Dan Ige, you just looked terrible. You didn't impress me at one bit. Maybe a bit in that third round, but again, I think Pitbull was tired and I don't think Ige like confidently won that round. Like I think Pitbull still had some good strikes in that round. Just Dan Ige got the better ones. But yeah, I'm tired of Dan Ige. It was cool what he did back in 2024, 2020. Was it 2024? Yeah, yeah, against Diego Lopez. But since then, he's just been kind of all right. I mean, like Ben said, he's kind of been all right his whole career. But I'm just tired of it. Like this guy's not it.
Frankly,
He's a bottom feeder at the
I
rankings.
cannot disagree with you more on him. He should be going to bantamweight. First of all, like he is a bit smaller in his weight class, but I would say he does better against the bigger guys even. Like he just lost to Pitbull, yeah. But then if you look at his two matchups against like he knocked out Sean Woodson, who's one of the biggest guys in the weight class. He's really tall,
But he
really
lost. He
lanky.
lost. He lost to Lerone Murphy though. Lerone's
Who's
pretty tall and lanky, no?
But what I'm saying is, he also had a pretty like, solid matchup against Diego Lopez. Like he lost pretty like he lost by decision and it was a pretty good decision. But if you think about the coincidence, it was a hour's notice. So I think he did a really good job against Diego Lopez. He knocks out Sean Woodson, who's also a really top and really long guy, and then lost to Lero Murphy, who that one's the only one that's like, sure. But two of those three he had good performances against, and they're way bigger than him.
I don't know. I'm probably not like suggesting the bantamweight move like confidently. Like obviously he's found his weight class, continue to fight there. I'm tired of. I feel like Dan Ige has just been hyped up as this like good fighter, like really good fighter since that Diego Lopez fight, and I'm just kind of I'm over it. I'm over. It. Dan Ige is a average fighter. He's not like. Yeah, he had a great fight against the top contender who also found out he was fighting Dan Ige hours before. And Dan Ige was in training camp. Like it was not like he was on his couch for weeks eating popcorn and chips. Like he was training. He wasn't ready for that fight. Anyways. Still a great performance against Diego Lopez. I'm just saying Patricio Pitbull dogged him. Like throughout this fight. It wasn't close to that third round and those first two rounds were just very confidently Pitbull with takedowns, constant pressure. And Dan Ige just couldn't find the range. He couldn't get in the pocket. It was very frustrating to watch. He just, like Samir said, he just kept throwing calf kicks and then hitting, but not really hitting, like not confidently landing. It was just a frustrating performance, honestly. I was more mad for Samir. I'll say that.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys
Yeah.
think that that specific performance? Do you think that between Patricio Freire and Dan Ige, do you think that in a kind of roundabout kind of way strengthens the title shot argument for Yair Rodriguez?
No. No, it doesn't.
And why is
Like
that?
Yair, because Yair's still what is he still like 1-3 in his last four or something, or 1-2 in his last three? Like he's still he has lost and he just beat Patricio Pitbull. Like he needs another. For me at least, like he beat Dan Ige. It's not super duper impressive. For me at least, Yair Rodriguez needs at least one more. Gets another if he gets another one against a top ranked contender, sure, fight for the title. That's fine. Obviously, it would be kind of boring because it's against Volk again, probably. Um, unless Volk has a fight before that. But it's just I don't want to see Yair fight for the title yet. He has not earned it.
Would you at least say it looks better? Because before it was, oh, he just beat Pitbull, but now Pitbull just cooked an ranked guy. So, do you think it at least looks
Sure, I will.
better?
I'll say it looks better,
But still
but
doesn't.
not by but
It's still Mobstar. It's
fractionally.
still Mobstar though.
Fractionally. Yeah, clearly, far
No,
and away.
no. I think it should be Yair because I think the way the UFC are lining it up, they're really just waiting till Gene Silva has like one or two more really good wins, and then they're gonna give him the belt. Because I think he has the best chance of taking the belt, and I think he will take the belt. So I don't think it would work with Mufsar because he could also very well beat Volk, and then it would just be Mufsar with the belt, and it would kind of ruin the UFC's plans. So I do
Wouldn't be
see
as
the
fun.
Yair. Yeah, I do see Yair getting it just because of what they're trying to line up in like two
Like
fights.
they're almost trying to delay the Mobstar fight because they know he would win. So they don't want Jean versus Mobstar because he could like
Yeah.
potentially ruin that. Yeah, maybe, maybe they're like scripting it like WWE. I mean, they probably do, but they probably have like a master. Dana's got like a master plan. That's what that random world map is in his room. um, um, moving on though, I want to talk about this fight: Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Kevin Holland, what are we doing, man? And honestly, I know you and I were talking about this, Ben. You and I, like, when Kevin Holland faces adversity in a fight, he always seems to crumble and lose. But in this fight, he faced tons of adversity and he didn't crumble. It didn't seem like he just got
Still lost.
outstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't look good. His takedowns, like attempted a couple takedowns. I think he should have attempted more. But Daniel Rodriguez, honestly, his takedown defense was really good. He kind of stuffed all of them. I don't think Kevin Holland got to the ground. Where, like, obviously Kevin Holland's not the best on the ground, but he's better probably than Daniel Rodriguez and more of a submission threat. Um, but striking wise, like Kevin Holland just did not look good to me. Like he weirdly enough, I'm looking on the stats right now. He outstruck Daniel Rodriguez in significant and regular strikes, which does not seem right to me.
On the UFC app, it says that they're equal on total strikes, but Kevin had more significant.
Which does again, oh yeah, that's what it says for me. Which does not seem right to me, honestly. That doesn't doesn't add up. But Daniel Rodriguez landed the more impactful strikes for sure, knocking Kevin down a couple times. Kevin probably won the third round, but by then it was already over. With his knockdown in the third. But by then it was already over. Yeah, Kevin just really disappointed me. I really thought that welterweight title run was starting last fight. It's not. And I really wanted to see him fight Colby. I mean, he technically could still fight Colby for like money and views and all this stuff, but like he does not really deserve because Colby's still like 9th or 10th, and now Kevin should be maybe unranked or at least like 15th. So very unfortunate for Kevin Holland. He also was rushed to the hospital after the fight, so hopefully he's doing okay. With like a couple fractures in his face and like his orbital bone and stuff. So hopefully he's all right. But yeah, you suck. Basically, you looked bad in this fight up until the third round. You looked not really that impressive to me. I mean, yeah. Anyways, you guys go ahead. You guys can talk.
I mean, he got pieced the fuck up in the second round. I think that's where he lost the fight. I think and this is what I hate about Kevin Holland, if that second round hadn't happened, we would have seen more of the first, and that's what I really dislike about Kevin Holland is he only feels the urge to actually fight when he feels pressured to. When he's not, he's just standing there. I mean, in the first round, it felt like he was like 2 seconds behind Rodriguez at every encounter. I mean, Rodriguez kept on jabbing him, and he just wasn't really agile. And it completely flipped in the third round after he got like knocked down in the second. I think was it twice. Um, and he was like, okay, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win this by some stupid decision. So I'm actually gonna try. And he almost got him in a choke at the end of the round, I think, or I'm pretty sure he did. So
I think
he
so.
was fighting, and this fight just kind of showcases like Kevin Holland and his UFC career, which is like highs and lows, and
Yeah.
basically wholly mid. Like he's just mid of the line. You think of
Mhm.
mid, and you see the name Kevin Holland pop up, and I just I to be fair to him though, he is showing a lot more heart than he used to. I think Jacob talked about it for a little bit. He is showing a lot more fight, which we're not sure if we'll see. And in the second round, I mean, I thought the fight was done. So like props for Kevin Holland to for surviving because I did not know that he had that dog in him, even though he didn't use that dog until the third round.
hmm I completely agree. He just, like Jacob was saying earlier, and as we were talking about it, he is like, I don't know how to put it. Like, he's so good until he gets hit in the face like 3 times, and he's like, man, he's just like too nonchalant. He's like, man, I don't even care about it anyways. Like,
He gets he gets
whatever.
that little like he tries to act cool. Like he does that
He's
little
like,
like smile, and then he get
whatever,
like
bro.
it was funny. He did that in this fight. He got pieced in the first, and then he like did that, and then Daniel
hmm
Rodriguez went okay emo bang bang bang
Yeah.
like
Like Kevin Hall looks like he'd get like beat up in a fight and go, whatever, man, whatever. He like brush it off or some shit. But no, like, and this is the only fight in his career I would say he didn't act nonchalant. He actually tried to fight back, and he still lost. Like and I was actually looking at his record. Since the beginning of 2024, he's now 3-4. Guy's actually just moderate as hell. And, one of those 3 wins was Vicente Luque. Shout out Vicente Luque. But yeah, he's just like Samir said, the epitome of mid. Like he's never gonna be uh, he's never gonna be 2020 Kevin Holland like we thought he was gonna be. He's just regular Kevin Holland. He's not 2020 Kevin Holland like we all thought. And oh yeah, good performance by Daniel Rodriguez, by the way. Kevin
yeah.
Holland looked Kevin Holland looked horrible, but also D Rod looked really good, I will also say.
Yeah, we can't discredit that performance by
Oh yeah.
D-Rod. He had some power in those strikes. A little sloppy, but I mean, he did it.
Hey,
He fucked him up.
you can look sloppy against Kevin Holland and still beat his ass apparently, so
If that ain't the truth, brother. Moving on to co-main. This one, man,
oof.
I think we all need to go and say our fault, Paulo Costa. My
I was
bad,
not
our bad.
familiar.
We were not familiar with your game. We would all like to formally apologize to you because what a performance against a up and coming contender in Kopylov. Paulo Costa looked amazing. Like he looked like prime Paulo Costa. He looked like 2019, 2018, like pre-Izzy fight Paulo Costa.
hmm
I was with like without a doubt the most impressed I've ever been watching a Paulo Costa fight.
This
So
was
I
yeah,
wasn't
this was the
watching
most
UFC
surprising
5,
fight.
well, UFC back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, just outstruck him. Didn't let Kopylov really get comfortable. And again, I don't know what it was. Maybe the favorites all had like jitters before they started. Cause like man, Kopylov looked scared. He looked like jumpy. Just didn't look confident. Again, like he just couldn't find the range with Paulo, which is weird because Paulo's movement isn't that good. But Paulo looked great in this fight. I can't hate. Honestly, his body work in this one was like outstanding. His body hooks, his constant pressure with different movements. I was just super impressed. I can't really say much else other than congrats, Paulo Costa. You're probably gonna fight higher up in the rankings. Maybe someone on this card, but anyways, yeah. Overall, congrats, man. The secret juice, it's working. It's working.
Hamza, I just want to say thank you. Keep DMing this guy's wife because holy fuck. I mean, Paulo Costa, I was not familiar with your game. For once, effectively using those leg kicks, like in every single fight I've seen him, it's just like his leg kicks have looked so meh. But in this fight, and maybe it's Kopilov's fault because I don't know how he was approaching this fight. The way we were talking about him before this, I mean, he definitely got fraud checked. This is one of the biggest fraud checks I've ever seen. I mean, getting outstruck by Paulo Costa and those actually being significant strikes really says something. He he approached this fight as if they'd already fought 2 rounds and he was 2 rounds behind. Like he approached this fight already on the back foot. He never went on the front foot at all. And to do that against Paulo Costa, I mean, I want to give the praise to Paulo, but Kopylov, I mean, didn't really show any flashes at all. He just stayed defensive the whole time, and he kind of like tried to respond to Paula's aggression, but it was just too much. And I did not know that Paulo actually cared this much. Like this guy saw another fighter DMing his wife, and he's like, "Hold on, let me show who's a big dog here." And that's a fight I actually want to see. I'd be interested in seeing that fight against Hamza.
Yeah, yeah, and like you guys have said, if Roman Kopylov goes into if you go into a fight and you have your significant strikes and your total strikes more than doubled by not only any fighter, by Paulo Costa, by Paulo Costa, you're chopped cheddar, my guy. You're done for. And like, you know, just about 5-10 minutes ago, I said shout out Vicente Luque. I will also say shout out Paulo Costa. He's made it sure in my head that I know Vicente Luque is the worst fighter in the UFC because Paulo Costa has decided to lock in, and Paulo Costa, you know what? He's on another championship run, and he's coming for the title now. The Paulo Costa hype trade starts today. We're up. We're living good. The secret sauce. Oh, he's the boss. Come on, boys.
Dude,
Look out,
first class
Drickus.
ticket. First class ticket. I'm riding that wave.
Mhm. How much a weekend can change all of our minds, eh? Crazy, crazy. Um, anything else about the Paulo Costa hype train
What do you
Get
guys think about the call out?
for Kamzat?
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
not getting
it's
it.
funny, but he's not getting it unless he goes out
No.
unless he beats unless he wins his next 2 fights and Kamzat loses, maybe. But apparently Kamzat might retire after this fight. I don't know. I don't
He's
know.
scared.
It
He's
could happen.
scared.
If it does happen, fire. That's sick. But it's more like I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hey, those rumors started happening once he shot. He shot those DMs out. He's like, wait, whose wife is? Hey, you know what? Maybe I got to get out of the sport real quick because he knew.
he knew.
He knew he
knows.
was coming.
Paulo
Yeah.
Costa title charge.
Yeah.
2027. It's gonna get the belt.
Paulo Costa versus Dricus du Plessis. That'll actually feed generations.
In
Give him
Africa.
give him Izzy. Give him Izzy. I'm telling you right now.
Redemption.
Give him Izzy, beats Izzy. Then let's just say he fights like Sean Strickland, and
Yup.
then give him Dricus, and then he wins, and
Yup.
then bam,
Rematch with
Paulo
Sean.
Costa has the belt.
We up.
And then his first defense is Hamzat, and he loses.
No.
Uh,
No.
He got
Yeah,
the secret
Paulo
juice.
actually he goes on a run of being the greatest middleweight ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will be there. We predicted it right here on Decision Time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving on.
Speaking of
Main event
predictions,
time.
how about you talk about how you got your fucking lock wrong, buddy?
Guys, this lock was like, it was a 50-50 lock. But yeah, I
And
got it
it's
wrong.
not
That
a
doesn't sound like a lock. That's a
No,
lock.
okay, fine.
It's a lock
You know
that it could
what?
go
You know what?
both
You know what?
ways.
I was honestly pretty confident that Dustin would get the win. I can't lie. I thought his retirement fight, it's in Louisiana. He didn't look great. He actually looked pretty poor. I'm kind of glad he's retiring because I would hate to see him continue to fight and go on a losing streak because I don't think he beats any of the top lightweights right now. Especially after that performance, he looked slow. He didn't look like he had that same power that we know Dustin for. I mean, he did knock down Max. That was really cool. In the second round. What am I talking about? Second round. Um, but overall, Max just looked great. First round got the knockdown. Second round almost got finished if Justin doesn't jump that guillotine, or just fuck's sake, Dustin doesn't jump that guillotine. I think Max Holloway gets finished if he just keeps on that flurry of strikes. But Dustin be dustying, jumped the guillotine and lost it immediately. Overall though, I mean, Dustin looked slow. He didn't look like he's in his prime anymore. He looked old. And Max just looked great. I can't really say much else other than continued Max looks like he's traded his power in for his chin strength. I saw that meme today, and I couldn't honestly agree more. It seems like his punches are getting a lot more like effect, but his overall chin has gotten not down just because like he's been knocked down in his last 3 fights. I know they don't count that Justin Gaethje one, but he did get knocked down. But Max just looked great. Just kept the strikes up, kept his slips up, and honestly, his gas tank just outlasted Dustin. It seemed, and by that 5th round, he again just dominated and clearly won that fight. I will say though, in a BMF fight, the last 10 seconds, that's pretty cool for Max to do that. But Dustin, you can't grapple, bro. You
Goober.
can't grapple. You can't. That was so sad. I was like, he started like it looked like Max clipped him pretty good, and he started blocking. I'm like, okay, like keep blocking, but throw some strikes. And then he grabbed them, and I was like, oh no, Dustin, you just cooked yourself. That's the last 5 seconds of your career is you holding Max Holloway back in a BMF title fight. Just a little bit frustrating, but I had it possibly 2-2, 3-1 Dustin going in, 3-1 for Max going into that final round. So good win for Max Holloway. He's talking about this title shot. No. I keep seeing all the things where it's like only one man can save us from Ilya at 155, or Max Holloway's the most deserving title shot contender right now. What are you talking about? Like, that's saying Justin Gaethje's the best one. I would say honestly Justin Gaethje might deserve it a little bit more than Max right now. But I'll let you guys talk your opinion. I was wrong on my lock. We all kind of sucked on our lock, but I think mine was probably the worst, to be fair.
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. Like just to feed off of your point, that almost single-handedly changed my perspective on Dustin Poirier. How do you do that? You point to the middle with the middle of the cage with 10 seconds to go. If you don't want to engage in that, you don't go in. You don't go in. The fact that he goes in and starts like you started hugging him with like 3 seconds to go. Are you kidding me? And just to speak on this fight, this was my like. I was talking to Jacob earlier about my like I had a really hot take. This is my hot take. What a shit main fight. Like remove all of the pageantry of it being his last fight and Lil Wayne being there and all the yada yada yada.
Didn't even get to sing.
It was so bad. It was the most one-sided. It felt like seeing like like an old dog just get kicked around. It was horrible. I mean, not once in the fight. Yeah, he rocked him in the second, but apart from that, there was like it wasn't even close. It's like from the first round we went into it, Max rocked him, and you're like, oh yeah, like what was I even thinking? It's like it's like the exact same scenario as that Islam fight. All the edits, all the everything, all the with the power of the storyline, and then the storyline didn't work, and then a minute into the fight, you realize like, oh yeah, this guy's old. There's a reason he's retiring. And just to speak more about the only like the other fighter in the fight, I feel really bad for Max because we're in the state of the UFC where we are seeing the transition to the more well-rounded fighters like Ilya, and fighters like Max are just left in like kind of a gray area where they're like too good for everyone else in the division, but they're not good enough for that top guy because that top guy has every single aspect of the game, I feel like. And he's just in that category for me. And it sucks because you see time and time again when you put him against someone else in the division that's not in the title, like that's not a title fight. I mean, he's just heaps above them. From the first round, something that I really liked about Holloway is he was a lot more technical in this fight. Usually, you just see him going all out, guns blazing, but he kind of mixed the body and leg kicks really well, I feel, and he was kind of getting a big volume of strikes, which is something you associate with Max. But I felt like in this fight, he kind of approached it differently, where he was like accumulating damage rather than just trying to get that final blow. And I thought that I know you said he doesn't deserve that title shot, but I feel like with this fight, he kind of showed that he does have that technicality in him that could maybe give him a chance against Ilya. And I feel like if he trains again, having fought him, definitely will be put up a better fight. Definitely not getting knocked out. That's for sure. I think it will go to decision.
Dustin loses and Dustin looks poor, I go, yay. Am I right, fellas? Am I right, fellas?
Oh, man.
Tough crowd. All right, so I
You did not
think,
cook.
buddy, look at your prediction. All right, who's not cooking? Anyways, yeah, Max Holloway smoked on that kid. Dustin Poirier, I've been saying this for years. I'm indifferent towards Dustin. Kind of a cornball though. Frankly, kind of a cornball. Can we all agree with that? Like whether he loses or wins a fight, he's always just like, you're a bitch, bro. Like he got rage baited by like Michael Chandler. What are we doing, bro? Like he gets rage baited by Connor, by Connor of all people. Yeah, by Michael Chandler. Like he's like, oh, you can't say that, bro. Cornball. Anyways, yeah, Max showed him who's boss, and I thought it was poetic almost. I saw this thing and I didn't realize it until I looked into it. Max's first fight in his career, he lost to Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier's last fight in his career, he lost to Max Holloway. That's just a storybook ending right there. You know, it's like you beat me to begin, I'm ending your shit. Goodbye.
Still
Uh,
2-1.
Still 2-1, and also to I was gonna say I agree with what you were saying, Samir, but also kind of disagree because you were saying now he's a bit it's a bit tough now for Max because he's in a class where it's like Ilya is just way more well-rounded and he's like better than everyone. I would say that that's just kind of been his career since to that like since for the last half decade because he's been beating everybody in featherweight and then he loses to Alex Volkanovski and then he lost to him again, and then beat some more people up, and then lost to him again, and then beat some more people up, and then lost to Ilya. So like Max is just a perennial beats everybody in the company except for the top guy, and you know,
Definition of a gatekeeper.
yeah, like I don't even know if I guess he's a gatekeeper, but he's like a just a
He's an
consistent number one contender. So he's gatekeeper to the champion. It's so weird.
he's the ultimate aura gatekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah, he just like flexes on people, and also, like you guys were saying, just how the fuck do you point to the middle of the octagon? Yo, we're gonna swing. Someone's gonna go out. Ow, you hurt me. Come here. Like, bitch, move. And
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're finish me in my final fight," as if he's not going into it with the intent of one of them getting finished. It's so stupid.
yeah,
Yeah,
cornball.
Cornball's ridiculous. I like Dustin Poirier, so fuck you. But sure. Anyways, moving on now. Let's make some matchups, boys.
All right.
Um, let's start off. Let's start off
Would
at
you
the
like to go
bottom.
fight by fight?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So let's start off. Sorry, my shit's all glitchy right now. Michael Johnson, Daniel Zellhuber. I'm not starting.
All right. I guess I'll start because I already have it all pulled up. So, I think I'll start with Michael Johnson. I want to see Michael Johnson in a fight, an absolute banger of a fight. The winner of this fight will get a ranked fight, even. And, I'm getting a veteran against a young guy. I want to see Michael Johnson versus Terrence T. Rex McKinney. All right, all right. Should I also say Zellhuber, or do you want to go like, want to?
If you have one for Zellhuber,
Oh, I've got one for Zellhuber. Oh, I've got one in
alright,
there.
go
And for
ahead.
Daniel Zellhuber, the loser, I want to see him fight someone who's a bit lower ranked than him, but still like in the same realm. So whoever wins this fight will be able to fight like a low ranked or just outside of the rankings kind of fighter. I want to see Daniel Zellhuber versus the winner of in 2 weeks, Mateus Rebecki and Chris Duncan. Two good fighters. I hope Chris Duncan wins because he's Scottish and I love that. So the winner of that fight, they're going to be on the Albazi fight card, which is in 2 weeks. The winner of that fight gets to fight Daniel Zellhuber, and that is my prediction, or that's my matchmaking right there.
I also have Terrence McKinney, but
But
I have Daniel Zellhuber against Terrence
Yeah,
McKinney. I
yeah.
think
interesting,
that's
interesting.
a good fight to make. Daniel Zellhuber obviously coming off 2 losses to Ribovic and now Michael Johnson, and Terrence McKinney coming off 2 wins. So kind of a almost contender versus contender-ish kind of fight. Um, but one guy's coming off a 2 loss skid, trying to keep his ranking in that kind of like top 50-ish range, and another guy trying to progress his career. I think that's a banger to make, like a early prelim type fight. For Michael Johnson, I want to see him fight a guy Daniel Zellhuber's already fought. I want to see him fight Esteban Rubovic. He's Argentinian, yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I want to see him fight Rubovic. Rubovic coming off his most recent loss to Nazrat. I want to see Michael Johnson now coming off a win against a guy who Rubovic also beat. I think that would be a really interesting one, and both guys kind of match each other a bit stylistically. I would like to see Michael Johnson a little bit like his speed against Rubovic, who's a little bit more like technical and a little bit more tries to set things up, whereas Michael Johnson's like just like fuck it, we ball. I just want to scrap. So yeah, those are my two matchmaking. That's me playing matchmaker. Dana White, make it happen. I'm the guy.
Yeah. For me, I gotta agree with Jacob. I also agree that Zellhuber should fight McKinney just because of like he was saying, it kind of feels like also like an eliminator for Daniel Zellhuber. I mean, he either wins this or kind of just goes down the rankings. Um, but for Michael Johnson, I was actually thinking, why don't we pair Unk against other Unk and get him to fight Jim Miller?
Oh, interesting.
That
Interesting.
Okay.
I mean, I'd want to see that. Or if we're
Hmm.
trying to take the other side of it, which is Unk versus Rising Star, I was thinking maybe if the UFC wanted to just give Samir a little treat, Ignacio versus Michael
Yeah.
would be a pretty cool fight. It would be the same kind of dynamic going into this one, and if he backs it up again, then you kind of give him a higher ranked opponent. I just see
Mhm.
it working out.
See, I like your guys' pick of Zellhuber versus McKinney, but I personally think that McKinney deserves a bit better because he's on a two-fight win streak versus a two-fight skid. And I feel like they still, even while he's lost his last two fights, Zellhuber puts on bangers, and I don't think they want to see him on a three-fight losing streak. So I think they kind
So
of,
True.
what about a like a Nazim? Would that be like a better matchup?
I like that, but like I said before, I do like the fight between Rebecca and Duncan because I don't think they're seen as like as high of prospects. So maybe Zellhuber can beat that one of those guys and then get himself back
Hmm.
into like the unranked
Get
like
him. Get him.
17 through 20 range in like, those times the guys.
Fair.
So
Fair. I'm not mad at that.
basically I'm thinking I think that they're gonna feed Daniel Zellhuber someone and you guys want him to die apparently to Terrence McKinney.
Moving on though, Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull for me, I thought this one out. I thought this one for a while because I'm like, does he deserve like? Cause now he'll slot in kind of around that 10, 11, 12 range. Should he have to fight someone on that lower end? Should he have to fight maybe he deserves a more top ranked guy? I think personally for Ferreira, I'm giving him Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
I want to see that one. I think Josh Emmett's kind of on the way out of the UFC, and obviously Ferrer's not that young. Like he's like 38, so he'll be on his way out too soon. So it's kind of Unk versus Unk, but we know Josh Emmett fraud checks a lot of people. We know Josh Emmett has that power to make a fight interesting, especially against a guy who can be a heavy-set grappler. And like I said, Josh Emmett always puts on bangers. I'm always happy to see a Josh Emmett fight. And I think Patricio Pitbull is a perfect kind of stylistically matchup kind of guy, and he can kind of etch his name a little bit stronger within that top 10 ranking against a guy like Josh Emmett, who's kind of like a good gatekeeper to face. Because if he wins that, I'm not mad at like Pitbull being in that top 10 and fighting up higher, but I think they're both kind of in that like 10, like 9 to 12 range where I'm not mad at them fighting each other because both guys could kind of progress a little bit more. And then for Dan Ige, I don't know, man. Get him out of the UFC. No, I'm just, I'm kidding. I kid. For Dan Ige though, I was kind of maybe thinking, man, I was kind of thinking like a Calvin Cater. I don't know. Like that was kind of my backup pick. I had someone else. But I think I
Who's
am
the
gonna
other
go with
one?
Calvin Cater. I was kind of thinking Giga Chikadze, but
That was my pick.
Huh.
um I do want to see the Calvin Cater fight. I think Dan Ige needs a bit of maybe kind of a win to get a little bit more confidence back. I know he did knock out Sean Woodson recently, in his last fight before this one, but I think that's a great fight and that's a banger. Both guys are just gonna strike, and we can kind of see does Calvin Cater maybe deserve to stay in the UFC after like his previous performances being on like a 5 fight losing streak or something like that, and now Dan Ige being on a kind of wishy-washy kind of skid. Is he good enough to be in the rankings? Is he going to be more of that like lower ranked, outside the rankings kind of gatekeeper? I think this is a perfect matchup to make between these two guys, and it would be honestly that's a banger. That's a co-main for a fight night in my opinion, or like a third fight down in a fight night.
I mean, for me, I kind of want to see Pitbull fight. I want him to see fight Edson Barbosa. Just, just because I'm just saying matchups that I want to see, and I think it would be a great fight. I'm just thinking
Oh
in
yeah.
like pure like violence,
Oh yeah.
and I would love to see that matchup because it would be just two guys dogging at it, going crazy. And for Dan Ige, I mean, I picked Giga Chikadze just because I also think it would be a very like good and interesting fight. But at the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really see him winning that either. And I'm trying to see a matchup where Danny just wins and gets his stock back up, but I don't really see it. And talking on like I kind of have to ride the hate train with Jacob here. Because now that I'm looking in the division, I'm looking at how he's been fighting, and I know he got that knockout win recently, but it's getting a little fraudulent for me. What about you?
It's funny. I can't show you my notes because then I'd be revealing my other picks. But I wrote my predictions on the 20th at 6 p.m. So I just wanted to clarify this and also say that Jacob named the three guys that I have in my notes perfectly to a T. I mixed them up a little bit though. So I have Patricio Pitbull Freire. I have him fighting. It really depends on how the UFC views him in the coming future, I guess. And I have him against if they want him to defend his ranking, because I do think he'll be slotted like right above or right below David Onama, like in the range where Ige was, so like somewhere from like 11th to 12th in that area. If they think that he should defend his position in the rankings, he fights Giga Chikadze, who's lower. If they want him to fight up because he's old and whatever, he fights Josh Emmett. So that's almost nearly identical to what Jacob said. But for Dan Ige, I have him. The only person I have him fighting is Calvin Kattar, and my reasoning for that is both of them just fought in the last 2-3 weeks, and also lost. And I think it's a high stakes fight. Either Ige is out of the rankings completely and like has to fight up and coming. He's gonna get cooked for the rest of his career probably, or Calvin Kattar, if he loses that fight, probably gets cut from the UFC. And also, just a little side note, which Jacob did not mention, is that Dan Ige and Calvin Kattar have already fought in their careers, and it was a banger, which Calvin Kattar won that fight, and that was in like 2020, 2021. And at this point, I think that Ige could probably win that matchup, so it's kind of avenging a loss. He can get his get back and get back into the rankings. So I think that Ige versus Calvin Kattar is a perfect fight to make, and then you can just get rid of Kattar, get him out of the UFC.
Fair enough. Glad we agree there, man. Almost to, like you said,
Like
almost to
you
a T.
you said the three names and I was just like, "Oh my god. He's got access to that thing. He's going crazy."
Yeah, I have your notepad open on my computer. Um, Next up, Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez. Now, Ben, we haven't heard from you first, so without
Oh,
stealing your thunder here,
I got
I'll
some
let you go first.
spicy ones for this one. Daniel Rodriguez. He just got ranked probably because he beat number what was Holland, 13, 12,
Yeah, 13.
whatever, yeah, 13. And he beat Kevin Holland. I think he fights someone who also just got into the rankings, someone who the UFC probably doesn't view as a super high contender prospect, and also is kind of fraudulent. Daniel Rodriguez versus Gabriel Bonfim. Book it, stamped, boom. Now, this is where it gets real interesting. Kevin Holland, right? I'm not sure his timeline to get back into fighting, but I'm thinking he's probably going to get back, because he's a dog. He calls himself a dog. And, he said that he wants to fight at least 2 more times this year, right? Which means he'd have to fight in probably September, October range, right? So it had me thinking, what's happening in the September, October range? Well, he's not going to be ranked anymore because he just lost to this guy. So he's a top unranked guy. If Kevin Holland is a dog, like he says he is, he'll fight another unranked guy. And he'll be going to the Great White North, to Vancouver, and he's fighting Mike Malott. And he's getting smoked! Boom!
Fair. Honestly, but I like both those
And
picks.
no backup picks. No backup picks. It's Mike Malott or bust.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. For me, Daniel Rodriguez is kind of interesting because I don't know if he deserves. I don't know. I do like the Gabriel Bonfin pick because I also agree he's kind of fraud and just broke his way into the rankings recently. However, I kind of want to see Daniel Rodriguez versus a guy you know very well, Ben. I want
Uh-oh.
to see Daniel Rodriguez fight Vicente Luque.
Woo!
Because
Come on, don't hype me up. Don't hype me up.
I think Daniel Rodriguez absolutely murders Vicente Luque.
Boom!
Samir's tired of the hate. I think he
No.
completely dismantles Vicente Luque and just throws bombs. I think that's a great matchup for both guys. Vicente Luque, trying to get into the rankings. Okay, bro, like you're not cool. And Daniel Rodriguez just broke in. I don't think that wasn't a fight for me where I'm like he deserves another ranked guy. Like I think he should have to fight another guy that's just outside to kind of earn that rank a little bit more. So I think that him versus Vicente Luque
He
would be
beats
a banger.
Luque, and then Luque has to fight Mike Malott. We're up! We're up!
Turn me up.
Hurry up! Alright,
And then Kevin Holland. I was really disappointed because I had written in my notes that Kevin Holland versus Colby Covington was the fight to make because I already had that he was gonna win this fight. But I was wrong. Kevin Holland, I don't know. Maybe like I want to see him fight higher, but like maybe Chris Curtis. Like I'm thinking they kind of both fought recently. I don't know if Chris Curtis would actually come back that quick though. You know what, Ben? I'm just gonna agree with you because my notes are all jangled right now. Mike Malott in November, Vancouver. Book it. That will be the one fight I'm cheering against Kevin Holland. I'll say that. And I love Kevin Holland. Samir just
I
looks
mean,
utterly disappointed in our takes.
I mean, I feel like you guys are forgetting a guy that just lost a fight in Atlanta, and that would be a great matchup for Daniel because I do agree the more realistic take. I'm just saying my choices. If I was the one making the fights, I just make these
well,
fights.
I'm just
But the
wondering who
realistic one is Bonfim. But for me, I'm just thinking off a win, fight a guy who's off a loss, and I would have made this matchup if Holland had won. Joaquin. Now, I would want to see a fight with Joaquin. I think that would be a great fight. He's coming.
with Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a fight with Daniel Rodriguez, I would have made it Kevin Holland against Joaquin, but because he lost, I'm just
Yeah,
taking the guy that
just
won and
switch him.
making that
Yeah.
matchup. It would be a great matchup, and it would also be one that actually matters. And that's why I'm so disappointed because I know you were saying Colby against Holland, but I felt like it was just it was just there. It was just there for me. The Buckley Holland fight would have just been perfect. It would have been Chef's kiss.
Both of you
But
are
unfortunately,
like, oh, if Kevin Holland won, this would have been great. I'm just looking at Mike Malott.
yeah, I'm thinking Mike Malott is his matchup right now. But
You're
in
picking
my
him
head,
too?
if he had just won, if yeah, like because I mean I could say I could say a guy like Morano, maybe
Alex
Alex
Morano?
Morano. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe a guy like that. Someone kind of gatekeeping lower in the ranking, someone more realistic. But I
Someone
just heard
Kevin
you
could
guys'
beat.
take. I'm like, yeah, and I'm just hearing your take here in the Vancouver. Want to see an event up here, so I
Uh-huh.
might have to hop on the train.
If he's a dog, I'm Kevin Holland, I'm calling you out. If you're a
What?
dog, you're fighting my guy. You're fighting my guy.
Yeah, banger picks, guys. Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. I'll go first here. I want to see Paulo. It's tough. It's tough. But honestly,
Is
I
it?
kind of want to.
There's only one
All
fight
right,
to make.
I feel like there's only
go
one.
ahead then. Go ahead then. I'll let you guys go. One of you go. I don't care.
I mean, Brendan Allen is the most obvious matchup of all time. Like, they both won their fight pretty convincingly, matched them up pretty easy, pretty simple. Um, I
I was
mean,
gonna say that. I just didn't want to be basic, but yeah, I
We
agree.
can all agree.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really think of many other more matchups, to be honest with you.
I mean, you could
like,
say Marvin Vettori, but they've already fought before, so it's like, eh. And then outside of Marvin Vettori, it's like Brendan Allen's already lost
Maybe
to Anthony Hernandez, so it's like he can't really fight up. So he kind of has to. I feel like he kind of has to fight Paulo at this point.
the only other one I had maybe was like the Paulo versus Jared Cannonier, but he already has a fight booked, so I was like, never mind.
True,
Never
true.
mind.
and then for Kopylov, I'm thinking like I don't know. After this fight, it kind of changed my perspective on him, and I think he should go against a guy like Souza. Just a little lower, you know, like because after watching this fight, I mean, you guys are being way too nice to him. He got absolutely fraud checked, and he needs to go back down to where he is, you know. And I feel like he needs to prove himself being worth fighting great fighters, and I don't think he's like that. So just give him like a old veteran, you know, build the status back up.
I'm gonna intervene. Kopilov's good. I think he's proven himself enough. He's beat a lot of those unranked kind of guys. I have him versing Roman Kopylov versus Joe Pyfer. Both those guys are kind of in that ranking range.
Yeah,
Just out. I think I don't even know if Joe Pyfer is technically ranked
he's
yet.
not.
No.
He lost to Calvin Gastelum.
And right, and he's probably going out. Kopylov is probably on the way out too. So I think that's a great fight to make. Both those guys just lost the ranking and could honestly, with a win, both kind of earn it back. And I think it's not a great fight. I don't think it's going to be the most entertaining because Joe Pyfer goes for one hit wonders, and Kopylov, like, unless that fight was just like a fraud, like that Paulo Costa fight was just like a outlier. I think it could be a bit boring, but it also could be a banger because both the guys are kind of headhunters and go for kills. I think that's the fight to make. I think that one was a little bit obvious, but anyway, go ahead, Ben. Let's see what you hear. Do we all agree that it's Brendan Allen for Paulo Costa, though?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like once again, like I do think either way, Paulo Costa should fight someone in that Allen Vettori fight, but he's already fought Vettori. Like he could fight him again, but meh, I would just pick Allen. But Roman Kopylov, I have a little spicy pick, something I'm so excited for. Once again, I'm having him fight another matchups winner. Uh, the winner of this fight that's happening in the future, they'll be in the same similar ranking of Kopylov in like the 16 to 20 range, and I think the winner of the fight overall will get a ranked fight. So I think it should be Roman Kopylov versus the winner of next week's fight between Sharabutin Magomedov and the Canadian Marc-Andre Barrios. Ooh! And you already know, Marc-Andre Barrios is going to win that fight. And then he's going to beat Roman Kopylov and be ranked. Marc-Andre Barrios, he's coming. He's coming for the title. Canada's going to rule MMA in the next 2 years.
Yeah, Hunter Lee's coming too.
Oh, Hunter Lee's coming too.
um, I don't. I hate to say it, but I don't know if he's gonna win that fight against Shara. But we'll get to that because that card is something we're gonna cover soon in the next like 5-ish minutes. All right, guys. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Who should Dustin fight?
not Ilya, please. Like,
Dustin fights
let's
nobody.
Dustin
yeah,
should fight.
like
He should fight.
He's
Fucking.
gonna
He should fight Conor McGregor in his grave.
fight Connor in BKFC.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for me, it's the most obvious matchup after all the talking after the weekend, and it seems like they're probably gonna try to make this fight with Charles, because I've been seeing a lot of shit being talked between the two guys. It would be a pretty good matchup, I feel like, and honestly, that's the only one I can think of. It's not because it's really better than anything, but it's just like what you can give Max, because I don't think that he should get the title shot. Um, even though he's probably next up for it, I just think that's a matchup I'm not trying to see. I'd rather get Topuria closer to fighting Islam, and I just think this fight would just not get him anywhere near that. Um, and I'm thinking of other people in the division, and it's like, who can you have? Like maybe Patty, but I don't really want to see Patty against Max, so I just give Charles, and then Dustin, I'll give him his hot sauce. You know,
Yeah,
it's a good matchup.
I couldn't agree. I just couldn't agree with more with you. It's got to be just Charles versus Max. They're already talking shit to each other, and there's the lightweight division. We've talked about this before. Is kind of in that weird situation where a lot of guys might deserve the title shot, but a lot of guys don't deserve the title shot as well. Like there's a lot of points for and against for a lot of these guys. Max is definitely not one of them. Has a lot for him. I mean, I get it. He just beat the number 6 contender in Dustin Poirier. He's retiring. But Max also just lost to Ilya. He's not gonna like. I saw people being like, he's gonna do so. He'll do so much better at 155 though. Max has predominantly been a featherweight his whole career and has proved that he's one of the great featherweights of all time. He's not gonna do just suddenly better against the guy he just got masterclassed against. I just don't see that happening. So I think him, Charles, BMF title fight. I think that's just super obvious. Both guys coming off like a kind of a weird point in their career where it's like, are they still a top contender? Are they maybe going on the way out? Who knows? I think that's just kind of almost too obvious. If not, honestly, maybe Max Dan Hooker could be a cool BMF title matchup as like a co-main, but I don't think that really progresses. I mean, it more would progress Dan Hooker's career if Dan Hooker won, but if Max lost, like that would just kind of not be the end of Max, but it's like, oh, that really sucks. So I just think it's just Charles or nobody for me.
I think, in my opinion, the first thing we do, get rid of the BMF title. It's a fake title. It's stupid. It's already gone. 2, I think the matchup, it all depends on another matchup booking. If Ilya Topuria versus Islam Makhachev is set in stone, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, number 1 contender, lock it, book it in. Hello. But if Islam is off fighting JDM and fighting a welterweight, I think you have to put Max Holloway against Ilya Topuria because, and before you guys get all saucy with me, get all bratty with me, I'm gonna clarify why. So, you might be like, oh, he doesn't deserve it. Who deserves it more than him? Patty? Well, who's Patty beat? That's better than a Dustin Poirier. And I know Max already lost to Ilya, sure. But Arman, Dana said he's got to fight again, right? Justin Gaethje, his only argument for fighting Ilya is now out the window. You know why? Because Max Holloway beat the guy that beat Justin. So now Justin has to fight someone else, and he's like, Justin is no longer an inch in the conversation of who should fight him. So he's out. He has to fight Paddy Pimblett, I think. Arman, he can kick rocks. He can fight Mateusz Gamrot, whatever. I think it's either Max Holloway versus Ilya, because there's nobody else has a better argument at the title, or Max versus Charles Oliveira. What are you looking at me like that, Samir?
Like,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. He's not wrong.
Well,
He's not wrong.
You want him to fight Gamrot? Give this guy
Dan Hooker, whoever.
He had the opportunity. He had the fight
so
against Islam.
He
missed
weight. Take it away from someone. You just take it away from someone. I mean,
yes.
You had your
Okay,
opportunity.
what we're
You
talking
lost
about
it.
this
I
organization is not the one that stands on business anymore. Because if you're not going to stand on business with every single fighter, don't do it against the number one contender, the guy who's the
But
most likely going to beat Ilya. Like that's the only
sure,
guy that looks like
but
he's going to beat him.
do you know what else happened in the last year? Shavkat Rakhmonov had a title shot, got injured. He's no longer number one. Arman Sarukian, he had a title shot. He didn't get to do it. He's been passed up. Max Holloway has passed Arman Sarukian now. It's now
So
Max.
do you not think they should
Arman,
fight then? Do you not think that they should fight in order to see who should fight
Arman should
maybe.
Ilya?
Arman should be fighting in the next few months. Max should have it because
Yeah,
Ilya's
that
hasn't
is
fought
true.
how like Arman hasn't fought in
Arman,
half a year, like more than half a year. Max hasn't fought in
it's been
about
it's
3 days. So like it should be Max versus Ilya because Ilya just fought what 3 4 weeks
Couple weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the timeline works out perfectly. Arman should fight someone else like a Gamrot or a Dan Hooker, someone who hasn't fought in a minute. Justin Patty, that's a lock. Charles, who knows what happens with Charles and Beneil, honestly. I mean, some whatever. I feel like and this is all saying I do think it should be Ilya versus Islam. This is just if Islam's going for welterweight. I think it must be Ilya versus Max Holloway. And he's going to win that fight because he won at the other weight class, but it's just like I think Max deserves it more than Arman, Charles, Justin, Patty, all of them.
Yeah, I'm honestly not I'm not mad at that. Armin hasn't fought since last March. So
March.
I
if he
don't
doesn't
really.
fight by but if he does cuz Ilya wants to fight in December. That's what he said. He said he wants his next title defense or if he fights Islam is in December. He already made that plan. If Armin fights in December for the title shot, that means that's a year and 9 months since his last fight against
Mm.
Charles, which was a arguably close like I wouldn't even say arguably, very close decision to
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira, who just got knocked out clean to the current champion. Like Armin has to fight somebody else. He has to prove it again. Because for me, like it's the same thing like Ben said with Shavkat. For me, it's not that I don't think Armin has a really good chance to beat Ilya. I think he does. Same with Shavkat. I think he has a decent one of the better chances to beat JDM. But
They've just been passed
if you're
up.
not fighting, yeah, you don't deserve it. If you're not gonna fight consistently, why should I give you the title shot?
Well, maybe because he has the biggest chance of winning. Like arguably, we've seen so many like title shots given to people that are not deserving. I mean, I can't even like I forget the guy's name, but when Conor McGregor got his title shot, I don't think he deserved it either.
Against
And
Eddie
this
Alvarez
no,
or against
his
Aldo.
his other one, Aldo.
I mean,
What?
Connor deserved that one.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Wait, I'm
If anything,
I'm
he
trying
didn't.
to
He
He was
didn't
find
deserve the
the
he was
Eddie.
already booked against Aldo, and then Aldo got injured, and then he fought Chad Mendes for an interim title.
And won.
that's the one I'm talking about. Finding Chad. I know it was interim and he won, but I don't know. Like I feel like if you give fighter or even Kaya Sakura, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
like just getting thrown straight into like a title shot. I mean, if we're able to make title fights like that, and you're telling me that this guy who's basically been supposed to having like get that title shot doesn't get it, misses weight, and then is never gonna get it again. Like he has to like show that he deserves it. I don't see that like argument because for me, I feel like Max versus Ilya is just like you don't even need to like. Are you gonna watch that fight thinking something's gonna happen? Like nothing's gonna happen. So it's just a waste of a fight for Ilya, in my opinion. I'd rather him just
I wouldn't
wait
even say
until
it's. I,
December.
I wouldn't even say, but like I wouldn't even say that's a waste. Like honestly, if he beats Max Holloway again, that adds to his legacy. After Max just had one of his best performances possibly like obviously the Calvin Kattar one's his best performance ever, but one of his best performances of his career. And if Ilya wins that, he finally gets a well. Obviously, he had the title defense, but anyways, he gets another title defense. It just adds to his legacy. I don't know. I feel like it's not a waste. I kind of disagree.
I have a theoretical question for this enthralling debate. Samir, do you think that in welterweight, do you think that Shavkat still deserves the title shot over, say, a Sean Brady?
I'm gonna sound very hypocritical, and I'm gonna say no.
Okay. And why is that?
Say it, Samir.
Well,
Say
it's
it's because he hasn't fought. I'm waiting for it.
that's okay. Okay, you guys got me because it's like different. It's different. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I'm looking at Arman, and it's like yes, he hasn't fought in a long time, but is Gaethje beating Arman? Is Poirier beating Arman? Is Dan Hooker beating Arman? Is anyone in the rankings beating Arman? No. So you're not
We're
gonna give him that matchup
we're not
because
talking
he's
about
just
Arman.
stuck.
We're talking about Max, though.
Here's the thing. I think Armin beats all those guys, right? Like, but that was a
But he
year again.
hasn't.
A
But he
year ago.
hasn't beat those guys, apart from
He has to
Charles
prove
a
So
it.
year
so what?
ago.
So what? He has to fight them to prove that he's better than them, even though we already
He
know
doesn't.
that.
He doesn't have to fight all of them. Just fight one. Just fight one. Prove it to me again. Because
All of
again,
fight Grant Dawson for all I care. Just fight somebody.
that's what like.
Fight Conor McGregor's corpse. You know what I mean? Just do something, and then
If
whatever.
and then I'll be like, yeah, obviously, like he deserved it. I
You
just
know
needed to
what?
see him prove it.
I'm changing I'm changing my matchup. Michael Johnson versus Arman Sarukian. Put it in there.
Lock.
Now that's a fight I'd like to see.
Like I just want to see.
One
It's
second.
not that. All right. Now it's just us two. I do think like Armin technically is like he's the best fighter out of all the names mentioned, and he like did deserve the title shot the most. But I just think due to inactivity, I would say now Max has passed him up, similar to how, like we said before, like how Sean Brady has passed up Shavkat. It's just because just due to being, people say the best ability is availability. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But I do completely understand he is better.
I just,
He is better.
I just feel like Ilya is such a great fighter, and you have the potential to give him the most stacked CV of all time. And I'm not saying that Max Holloway wouldn't add to that stacked CV, but he's already added that. And there's no conversation that happened after their fight. It's like after that first Holloway fight, was there any conversation being like, I wasn't sure if he was if he was the all around better fighter. Let's make a like a rematch. I don't see it. And Max Holloway keeps getting these big fights due to a fake belt.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, yes, he defended his belt. What belt? The baddest motherfucker belt? Like
the
I
belt
don't
that
care.
the belt that belongs to either Ilya or Jack Della Maddalena.
Like exactly like, oh, what did you do to deserve a title shot? Yes, I retained the belt that I lost to the guy that I'm about to fight. Like I, I just don't think it's fair. If it was like a man that hadn't fought already against Ilya, then yes. But for me, it has to be Arman.
Fair
I
enough. All right.
I
All right.
that's why I also will add that's why I at the beginning just said to get rid of the BMF title. It's just a glorified number one contender belt at this point. Like all the guys who fought for it, Masvidal fought for the title. Diaz was in that range. Usman, obviously, and then you got Justin, Dustin, Charles, like all these guys, like they're just title contenders. So it's just a contender fight at that point. which is like also why it's just a glorified number one contenders match. Just get rid of it. Anyways, agree to disagree. I respect your opinion, though. I respect your opinion, though.
I don't. No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding. I'm just
okay.
kidding. But all right, we've been going for quite some time, so let's just go quickly through this Abu Dhabi fight night. We will obviously have our full picks on our TikTok and Instagram. We'll have that full fight card ready, but we'll just make some quick picks for fights that we're excited for.
I would just go
Let's
feature
start.
prelim up. There's
Yeah,
other good ones,
that's what I was
but
gonna
that's
do.
like the Bryce Mitchell
Yeah,
debut.
yeah,
Boom, banger.
yeah. Bryce Mitchell fighting at bantamweight for the first time. That could be interesting. He could be a real problem at that
Yeah,
division
he was
just
a
because his
he was a
wrestling's so
skinny
good.
featherweight, so you know.
Yeah, and his wrestling is some of the best in the UFC right now. As much as I'm wearing his kind of Bryce Mitchell's attire,
Yeah,
but
you look like Bryce
don't like
Mitchell.
that guy.
The
That's
easiest
crazy.
pick, the easiest pick of all time in his
Yeah,
fight.
Against
Like
Saeed?
we're forgetting where the fight's happening, are we? The most
Oh,
decision,
oh, so you're
the
saying that it's gonna go to Saeed?
yes, Abu Dhabi. It's the Abu Dhabi curse by
Oh my
decision via
God.
decision. I would put my house on it. Like if
Honestly,
I had a
yeah.
house to put on the line, if
Put it
any
on
of you
a
guys watching have your house and you
pink
could
slips. Get them.
yeah. Just get those and put the house on a
Oh yeah.
decision win by Saeed.
And well, yeah, Nurmagomedov in Abu Dhabi. If you guys saw Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes in a PFL, don't even get me started on that fight. The Irishman won that fight. Don't even get me started on it. Anyways, I'm getting my helmet off. Anyways, it's gonna be Saeed.
yeah, probably.
Krylov
Even though
versus
Bryce Mitchell,
Guskov.
go ahead, go ahead.
Krylov versus Guskov. Cool fight. Nothing crazy, just like cool fight.
Yeah, cool lightweight kind of. No, I wouldn't say contender, but cool lightweight, like light heavyweight. Sorry, I meant light heavyweight. Yeah, I know. I think Krylov probably wins. I think he gets this done. I like
Maybe, yeah.
Bogdan Guskov, but Krylov's cooler.
Yeah. He's
He's got
cooler.
that little bird. He's got that like angel tattoo on his shoulder. I think that's fire.
I think he fought Paul Craig one time. That's pretty cool.
Won.
He
Definitely.
lost
Actually,
he
you know
lost to
what?
Paul Craig.
Definitely won.
No, Paul won by
No.
submission. That was when Paul
Let me guess. Triangle.
you'd be correct.
Krylov just obviously recently lost to Dominic Reyes, so he's kind of on that one fight losing streak. Whereas Bogdan Guskov did beat Superman Span in his last fight and is now on a 2-fight win streak. Um, he maybe gets this done, but I think Krylov gets a little bit more confidence back, and he did fight one of the best light heavyweights right now in Dominic Reyes, who's kind of on a comeback. Shout out, shout out.
Then Ambaya versus Temerov. Fun lightweight
Cool.
fight. Fun
Yep.
lightweight fight. Almabayev just got knocked out by Manel Cape. Unfortunate, so now he's got to fight kind of an unknown guy. But it's fun fight. I like
Hey,
it.
hey, let's not diss Ramazan Tamarov. That guy's nasty. He's 2-0.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying,
He's
compared to Asu Almabayev, he's an unknown fighter.
yeah. True. Um, I think Ramazan Tamarov gets this done. 2-0 in the UFC. I think he makes it 3-0. I do love one of my Kazakhstanian kings, but I think the Uzbek gets it done this time.
I have to agree. I
Fair
think
enough.
pretty easy pick.
I'm kind of split. I haven't made my decision. I'll make it in the next 6 days. But we'll see. Good fight either way.
Yep. Then Shara making his comeback, because he only fights on Abu Dhabi cards.
Against the GOAT!
Let's not overhype Marc Andre
Yeah,
Barriault, but
We
I will
up.
be picking Marc-Andre
We up.
Barrio.
Guys, come on.
We
We
all
all
will
three
be
I
of
don't know
us.
about I don't know about we, man. I don't know about we. KO,
He
I
just
think first round.
For
by
Marc-Andre
Shara.
Barrio.
No, for Shara.
Oh, Marc-Andre Barrio just beat Bruno
He,
Silva.
he caved his skull in, bro.
He ca- Has
You
Shara ever
guys
caved
are
someone's skull
letting
in?
the you guys. Chara had one of the most beautiful knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Ah!
And then what? Lost to Unk, MVP.
Hey, hey, we don't
Alright.
talk about MVP like that. He's the only guy.
Alright.
He's the only Bellator guy I like.
I was just gonna say.
um, Piotr Yan versus Marcus McGee. Kind of a little bit of an early shot here for Marcus McGee. It's one
Yeah,
of the best technical UFC fighters possibly of all
35-year-old
time.
prospect Marcus McGee.
I didn't say he was a prospect. I just said,
No, that's what he is though. He is a prospect, really.
oh, oh yeah, fuck.
He's
Yeah,
only
I
he's
don't
only
think he wins
fought for
this.
like this is his third UFC fight.
I don't think he beats Piotr Yan in his fourth.
I will
I think
also
this is an
say
easy pick.
friend of the show, Braden Thompson. I was talking to him about this fight earlier today, actually, and he made the funniest joke I've heard in forever. Uh, the guy Peter Yan's fighting just sounds like a diss. Like, oh, he's fighting fucking Marcus McGee over here. Like it just like not a real person. Like, oh, you're fight Marcus Magoo. Okay.
Marcus McGee.
And he
Yeah.
also looks, sorry, not to disrespect him, he looks not
He
like he
looks
doesn't look like a
funny.
real person. He actually looks like a UFC creative fighter. Oh, we got Marcus McGee over here. Fuck. But hey, you know what? I was gonna jokingly pick him, but I'm not gonna pick Marcus McGee to beat Peter. How does he got in this fight? I don't. I remember it was like rumored this fight like a couple of months ago. And when I saw it, I remember specifically, I was sitting in Union Station waiting for a train, and I was just like, this can't be real. Why is Peter Yan fighting this random Marcus McGee? And it's actually happening. It's not a real fight to me. Like it's not a real fight. It's a figment.
Yeah, yeah. Piotr Yan's probably just gonna win pretty
Kill.
clearly. Like Piotr Yan in his last fight last two fights has beat Song
No,
Yadong
no.
and I know, I'm sorry. And Figueiredo. Like both of those guys are better than Marcus McWho, bro.
Yeah,
Like
bro. Oh yeah, I just beat Song Yadong and Figgy. Now I have to fight this guy.
another guy lower than me. Yeah, very very odd. I think we all know probably who's gonna win this one, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
then
But the main event.
yeah, Co-main got removed. I was gonna start talking about Mofsar, but fuck him, bro. That guy does not fight.
I think that's gonna be the co-main on 319. But
Probably.
it's TBD versus TBD right now.
Yeah, yeah. But main event, Robert Bobby Nooks
The
Whitaker
Reaper.
versus Rainer the Reindeer de Ritter.
I love Rudolph the
Banger.
Reindeer. I love Rudolph
I
the
don't know who's got.
Reindeer.
I don't know who's gonna win this. Samir looks like he wants to talk. He's
Tech.
calling timeout. Mute.
I'm TKO.
For
First round.
for who? For somebody or
My
just
guy. My guy. Everything's back in his jaw. He's
oh
gonna get that. He will get that TKO. If we do make an episode, after the fight,
oh yeah.
I will be saying how I told you all that he's winning by TKO in the first round.
First
No need to
round.
explain.
Calling it. Is that a lock of the card?
I think that's the lock of a card.
Okay.
TKO
Okay.
first
Crazy.
round.
Crazy.
If
I
it's
like
not
it
a
though.
knockout. If it's not a knockout.
All right. All right. I like the confidence.
In
3-0.
my
He's
pick, I'm gonna take Reiner de Ritter by decision.
mm-mm, mm-mm. He's
um,
3-0. It's about to be 3-1.
I really like Reiner de Ritter. I think he is gonna be a top middleweight contender after this fight. Like, he's so good, and realistically, I really just want to see this guy. I want to see Reindeer versus Dricus. I think that would be a comically funny fight.
Oh yeah.
But I think Bobby Nux has still got it. I don't think he got it like that though. I don't know about a round one knockout or TKO. Um, and I mean his last fight, it's kind of hard to judge him on that. He kind of got took down early by one of the best like takedown artists in the UFC and Kamzat, and then obviously got submitted. But it was a weird one. I don't want to bet too much against my boy Bobby Nux because I love Robert Whittaker, but I think Reina de Ritter right now in their careers, I think he's a little bit better, and I think he wins this one.
I know
Bro, he
Samir.
fought Bo Nickel. Like, what?
Outclassed him.
He fought Bo Nickel.
he fought
But
no Bickle.
Like,
RDR's nasty. You guys are just hating.
Excuse you.
he
Excuse
fought
you.
Sorry,
a
go ahead, Ben.
washed Kevin
Sorry,
Holland
go ahead.
and Bo Nickel.
Go ahead, Ben.
I don't know who's gonna win, but before you start yelling at me, mister, I know he's a guy from a different company. We don't like those guys from the other companies. We don't like them, except for Michael Venom Page, apparently. But I think it really depends on it's like how a year or two ago when Drickus got his like when he got that nose surgery done to like give him better whatever the hell happened, and then he like dominated. Funny enough, Robert Whittaker. It just depends on how that surgery on his jaw went. If we're talking broken jaw, Robert Whittaker, RDR by submission. But if he got his little fucked up baby teeth out, the Reaper, he's taking out the E, and he's going to be doing something crazy in Abu Dhabi, and he's winning by, frankly, well, not by whatever he wants. He's not going to submit him, but finishing him or getting a decision win. I don't think he's getting a decision, but he could like draw it out. You never know. But I'm saying either Bobby Nux by knockout or RDR Rudolph the Reindeer by submission. God bless you.
Fair enough.
I love them both
Fair
though.
enough. Let's get into some news, everybody. Not a lot happened in our like week of not filming.
Yep.
One thing I did want to talk about though is Dana White said type shit. That was kind of funny.
Type shit.
Don't say that again. Don't say that again, Dana. Please. You're not.
I've been in the air more than I've been on the ground. Type shit.
I swear it sounded like he was saying type ship. And I was like, I was dying of laughter because I thought Dana White said type ship.
Type shit.
It's
I love Dana White.
don't let Unk don't let Unk get a hold of these words. Imagine him like talking about like Connor and saying like rage bait. Like imagine like like John Jones has been rage baiting me recently.
Bro,
Like,
Conor McGregor gets all the huzz because he's so nonchalant. No, he's like, yo, Conor McGregor's geeking because he's trying to hit up the huzz.
Yo, he's not locked in. He's not locked
He's
in.
not locked in. He's geeking.
Anyways, the Aaron Pico Mobstar Avalov fight got canceled. I mean, we
Has
kind
it
of
officially been
that.
canceled? Or has it officially been canceled?
Yes. Mobstar pulled out for unknown reasons. Kind of disappointing because that's like his 11th fight that's been canceled. A lot of those aren't his fault though. Can't really blame him. But Aaron Pico did confirm that it wasn't his fault that he pulled out. Mobstar pulled out of this one. Looks like it's gonna be the UFC 319 co-main. Cool. Not a bad co-main.
So it
Could've
wasn't
been better ones
canceled
like
then.
Patty Gaethje. Sorry, not canceled. I meant canceled for this fight night.
It's just been rescheduled. It will be rescheduled
Rebooked.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, rebooked. Sean Strickland got suspended.
Yep. For fighting the guy in the cage. Woo! Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I love the picture that they used too. Sorry, I found this really funny. I'm just looking at my saved post here, but it's
Oh
him
wow,
with like
that
the
looks really
stash.
good.
I can't. Anyways, it's him with that stupid mustache in the polo
Oh,
shirt.
just his basically my mustache, which just
His is more handlebar-y though. It goes more down. Yours is like flat.
yeah.
Yours barely goes down. Yeah,
It
stop.
I
Let's just keep
I did
dissing
shave
his
his mustache.
mustache.
Yeah, you look fucking stupid, bro.
I'm trying to see some other news. Oh, shout out Hunter Lee. He got the dub.
Yeah,
4-0.
dominant
4-0.
decision.
Dominant performance. 30-27. Easy
He's
win.
looking for a championship fight next, and he's going for double belt and then contender series. Yes, sir. We already know his career path because he told us in his interview, which you can go watch on our YouTube channel.
On our YouTube. Brendan Royval possibly moving up to bantamweight. I think that's a good move.
I predicted this. I predicted this all along. I'm a script writer.
Yeah, you said that when he lost, right?
I said he should fight
So
Cheeto.
now, because there was a recent like tag, his like name tag at an event was like UFC Brandon Royval, UFC bantamweight. So I mean, they could have just got it wrong, but
Yeah.
I would also like to see him move up. He's a big flyweight, so and he's kind of run his tail there. So I kind of want to see him move up, fight better guys, fight more interesting fights.
Which is why I picked Cheeto.
Fair enough. Good pick.
Why are you hitting the rock face? I saw Samir down there going.
Us, bro?
Because right now I'm looking at like
Oh, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates.
Shush! He's mid-sentence.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was looking at the Bellator flyweight division. Remains vacant.
Oh.
Maybe Hunter Lee.
In the what division?
Did you say flyweight? Dog, he's a 195er.
You know what? He can probably cut that weight.
No, I'm just saying. I was looking at the division, empty one, to go in.
Hunter,
take over. Just cut a little bit.
Cut like 100 pounds. Cut 100 pounds.
Just shave your feet off. You don't need those.
It's easy. Trust me.
Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates got announced.
Yep.
I am probably gonna take Carlos Prates. Yeah, rebooked. I'm taking Carlos Prates in that one. I think that's kind of easy.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. I mean, Jeff Neal is, but he is a bit older. I don't know. We'll see in the coming whenever it is.
And then finally, the last piece of news I want to talk about: Tom Aspinall signs his heavyweight contract for a one title defense. Finally.
Yeah. I mean, we all it's gonna be either Abu Dhabi or France, and we know who it's against because Volkov versus Almeida was officially signed. So
and those were the only two guys it could have also been.
Yeah. So if they're fighting, it's going to be the guy who beat Volkov fighting Tom Aspinall.
Yeah. But that's it. I think that's it for the podcast, everybody. Samir is yawning, and so am I.
Yeah.
It is 10 p.m. local time. I'm quite sleepy, and also want to do other things with my time to end my night. So thank you everybody for watching and listening to us talk about UFC, MMA, all that stuff. We much appreciate it. Thank you for watching from wherever you are. We have been Decision Time. I'm Jacob. That's Ben. Sorry, that's Ben. I don't know why I pointed behind me. That's Ben. That's Samir. Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Bye.
Peace.